Well, hello there guys and welcome back to the channel. What's up Rickstar, what's up Aman, what's up Punjabi Punish, how are you today? Hope you are well. We have entered the 2-week period of misery in Model Concept Chat. It's gonna be 2 weeks till new alliance, till new Battlegrounds and stuff. So there isn't gonna be much better things to do than, oh right, I need to order this thing there. Somebody remind me at the end of the stream, I need to order adapter. How's the internet feeling today? Hopefully well. I really hope. Looking good with the fresh cut. Why, thank you. Very nice of you today. And yeah, I mean, I did evidently go get myself clipped a bit. I appreciate it. It's hoping you feel better than the last one. Thank you, ZeroFrostNinja. Top X Slide 8. Who are you and what do you do to KT? I don't know. I'm a troll. Maybe. Brace yourself, BG. Rewards when. I mean, I'm sure it's not gonna be as bad. People have to be getting used to the idea of, you know, Friday. So Simon, how are you? Yeah, how what's average cost of all EOP challenges to how? Kind of entirely depends on your roster and whether you have stash and your skill level. I think it's massively worried. I haven't heard of like an actual average being thrown out these days anymore. I really don't know about that. BG's is a 2-week break, yes. Unfortunately, it's going to be 2 weeks with no Battlegrounds. Oh my god, you look good. Well, thank you. And yes, I did get a bit flipped and trimmed and shaped and stuff like that. So here we are today. Brother, well, you look like you lost 5 years. Good thing, I suppose. 4k units enough with small stash? Yeah, I think so. If you're good enough. If you play relatively well enough and you have that rank 5 Hercules, yeah. Don't see much of a reason why not. Looking fresh and young? Thank you, Paul William. Well. Okay. Yeah, I have like this one barber place. Well, it's not barber, it's like hairdressers. Quite decent place. That I go to for many years. And there are like a couple of people that typically do my cut. And this time around, I basically got clipped by a new guy. But he really did put in quite a lot of time and effort, you could see. He was really paying attention what he was doing. And yeah, quite well done, if I must say so myself. Top Lawrence waiting. Key champs. Well, it's all about the objectives, really. I have a guide on each and every one of them, so you can check that out. But yeah, it's all about getting, you know, the necessary tags and stuff like that. Definitely want to have highly ranked Juggernaut. I'll tell you that much. The Proto. Lonely Potato. Because if you want, you can do like 2 objectives at the same time chugging. What do you mean, what happened to me? I fell head first in the lawnmower. How about that? In rank 4 him today? Well, then you should. Because Juggy is very important. Because he works for 2 objectives, and if you really want to, you can do like 2 of them at the same time with just Juggy. Updates on Craven's Rangdown situation? Well, not after what Kabam Mike posted. That, you know, rest assured everybody will get their resources, but we do not have the timeline on whether it's fixed properly or any of that stuff. Just what I covered in the video already when Kabam Mike basically acknowledged the issue. That's it. Yeah, that's it. But yeah, I can't wait for my rewards as well. For Battleground's rewards. I don't think I'll be able to rank anything. I might be able to stretch myself to 7-star with all of those rewards. So we'll see what happens. Oh my god, Nova is such a nice little cap. And I'm very happy that Nova is gonna be putting in work next season too. You look 10 centuries younger, to be honest. Really now. Okay, so a good question that I probably should not ask because, you know, answers probably will scare me. How old did I look in the morning and how like, you know, how old do I look now? A solid question if you had to guess. How old do you think I was in the morning or yesterday? No? How old do I look now? A nice cat? Thank you. Hey, what's up, James? Back to 2018, Kitty. 2018, the world was better. Oh. $35 to $30. And that's fair enough, kind of. Actually, consider it. 37 to 28. Oh. Look, early 30s most. 31. Yeah, I understand. 35 in the morning, 30 now. I suppose that's not too bad. I'm right spanking in the middle of that. I'm 33. AJ, nothing but a number. Just leave the beard alone. Well, I did, you obviously trimmed it quite a lot. Mid-30s respect. Quite a lot. That's quite a lot. Stop. I'm Frico. Okay. Okay then. But yeah, now for 2 weeks there's gonna be like nothing to do in the game. Wait, when is the Alliance War season starting? Is it like at least next week? So, you know, at least Alliance War, I think, starting a bit early, but and I think we're gonna have that another unfortunate timing situation where new event quest and side event is probably going to start the same day as the new season of Battlegrounds. So, because yeah, I don't think we're gonna get update next Tuesday. I think the update's going to be a week later. Did Hairdresser offer me Brazilian wax too? No. He certainly did not. Are you eligible player? I don't know. That's up to Kabam to decide. But I'll give it a go. I'll give it a good old college try. The beta. Hope I can grind for Kindred before BG start. Yeah, I think he will be able to. Go ahead. Yeah, he did do quite a good job. At Hairdresser's always, you know, those little things that make an experience different. You know, the attention to detail and how careful he does things. think red button is... Yeah, I also think red button is probably not compatible with Marvel's brand values. The question is whether they are aware of the red button. Yeah, BGs are down for 2 weeks now. Couple of weeks? No. Oh. Okay, so I almost feel like I need to make a PSA on this because everybody seems to be unaware that the BG downtime is doubled. But the Battleground Brawl official rules and regulations will be published and available before the start of Battleground Season 10. So, start of Battleground Season 10. August 9th, 2020. Yeah? So, if we were talking about 1 week, then we would be talking about August the 2nd. That's 1 week. August the 9th, 2 weeks. Couple typically, or pretty much always, refers to 2. The must have a dossier of evidence downloaded and pre-prepared in case you win. Probably. I mean, quite possibly. Nice new look, Younger. Thank you. But I don't think BGs are gonna get delayed. Alliance War is delayed because they're doing this whole new placement thing. So, anybody grinded for Silk this time around? Pew pew pew. Cersei. I hate fighting Cersei so much. But if you have Tiger or a good counter, then it just feels so good. Can use the big boy strats here. I mean, I'm slowing myself down. Okay, let's go, big boy. Missed Silk with a score of 121 million. For, well, best of luck to you, man. There is a chance that you still get Silk if Kabam does the whole banning thing, you know? First round. I'm gonna need to check out when Kindred's arena exactly is going to happen. I think I might not be able to grind round 1. He's looking clean. Well, thank you, Sammy. Appreciate that. Pew and pew. Oh, come on, 2% really. Are you going to the brawl? Well, again, we shouldn't be putting the cart before the horse. Need to get in the top 8 first. Kindred's crystals? Next week. Kindred's crystals should be next Thursday, something like that. Now we're gonna have like the basic arena and basic stuff, because Silk Arena is just finishing. We're gonna still have to wait like a week for Kindred's crystals and arenas. Yeah, Lady Deathstrike was quite cool. I can't say that I used her too much because mine's only like rank 4, but she did some cool fights for sure. I'm actually quite tired now because, you know, after the morning stream, did record the videos and stuff like that, and then I had to get to like pharmacy, the hair thing, everything else, so I have been like out and about. But yeah, come on, push as far as you can. I think White Mommy grinded like 170 million, which is overkill, obviously. But White Mommy did put in like proper grind. How much did I put up for my silk? I think it was 158. I made a video about it where I showed the score, but I don't remember exactly. It was something like I always put up something in 150, 160 range. Just, you know, because it's relatively easy with my account. When I grind kind of like, you know, somewhat, well, you know, don't stress over, you know, every point all the time. Hey, what's up? Toofy. Now we know like I'm so reluctant to give out rank down tickets. Well, I suppose that's as good of a reason as any. Did a thing. What thing? Stop shock. How are you doing? I don't know about that thing. I don't know when we can expect those water ban stuff. How many hours would it take for me to do 130 million? I don't know. I have never really, you know, timed myself like that. But, you know, it's not too bad. It probably would be like, you know, I can put up more than 130 million points if I just do, do 2 rounds a day or something like that. But like if I do a round with my 6 stars only, that's typically around 20 million, something like that. And then whatever my 7 stars bring in is like another, you know, couple million. So yeah, I can to get to like 130 million. I really don't need to press too much. I just need to get in like 2 rounds a day. Not this arena, but previous one. So I think I put up like 160 million. I even missed out the first, you know, I didn't even grind anything the first day and still made it like 160. But you know, well, yeah, it's probably gonna be mainly arena streams, let's face it. Not much else going on right now. But arena streams have their own charm. I know they don't quite draw in as many viewers as Battlegrounds do, but arena streams do let me interact with you guys more because I don't need to pay much attention to the arena, so I can talk more freely, give it more thought, read more messages, discuss more things like that. So, you know, I'd much rather be playing Battlegrounds, of course I would, but arena streams have their own little thing going on for them. Kind of like. I was actually arguing in the forum that since they are already handing current tickets, demo tickets aren't that much extra work. Well, probably would have been a lot more work with this blunder in mind. But yeah, I think a week's break from Battlegrounds would have been more than sufficient. Been playing Herb, notice his mortality is not working. No, it's worked fine. I don't know why I said it's not working, because it does work fine. What's not working with his immortality? What is wrong with it? But yeah, I think a week of touching grass would have been enough. Not here to work probably. Oh yeah. Oh man, I can't explain exactly how much that's infuriating me. All that, you know, hipster kid lingo. Oh, leave. Yeah. Kids these days. They didn't get, you know. That is the type of language that you use when you don't see belt in your childhood. Or when your mom doesn't smack you with a spoon. As she should. Top Christian, do you think a bomb event in October will be bugged? Oh yeah. I'd put a good $100 on that. To be fair, I'd probably put every single cent I have on my name on it, because statistically speaking, it's almost guaranteed. Do you remember an event that hasn't been? That's the real question. Because I don't. Another BG rewards coming? Probably tomorrow. Stop, Ankit. So 9th is confirmed. A 2-week off season. Stop, Heinz. How are you doing? Welcome. You're going for top 8 next season? Oh, I'll give it a go. Yeah, of course I will. Oh, shut up, Andrew. Swear to God, you also needed some more hard love as a kid. Evidently. You know what the ironic thing is? Now that I think about it, all of those kids that talk about, you know, oh, this cooking and stuff like that, they probably can't cook for shit. I'd be willing to bet that they can barely boil an egg. You know, and I'd genuinely be willing to bet that majority of them, how, you know, their cooking skills are limited to maybe scrambled eggs. Like, vast majority of those folks 100% cannot get some, you know, pancakes and stuff like that. Or like, you know, prepare a proper dinner at home. Which, you know, to me it's very funny. Talk about cooking where it does not belong, but can't cook for shit. So it's confirmed? No, it's not confirmed. It's just what normally happens. Actually made some amazing spaghetti carbonara a couple days ago. No, it's not bad. I don't cook too often myself, but I think last thing that I did was oven baked veggies and chicken with some nice gravy. Now you are roasting all of America? I mean, I don't mind. I really don't mind. I think America needs a lot more roasting and shame. Because America is, you know... Here's the thing. America is pretending that their values and their lifestyle and their opinions are the opinions, values, lifestyle, history, and problems of the entire world. And I'm not even talking about governmental level. I'm talking about, you know, all social media and stuff like that. It really winds my gears up. Like all of this social progressivism and whatnot. Like, fuck off. It's like majority of the planet is just not fucking interested in your genders and other crap. Like, I'm quite sure that I speak on behalf of a majority of human beings alive on the planet right now. We really do not give a shit about all of that stuff. That is something that people worry about when they don't have actual problems. This cooking BS has to stop? Absolutely. Small but very vocal US minority don't soon. I mean, I completely understand that. It's a vocal minority, but I also understand that that vocal minority is infecting the rest of the globe. Like in many of your higher elite universities and whatnot, every fifth kid is now identifying as an, like, I don't know, penguin or a parrot or a helicopter or God knows what other gender. And it's not anymore that it's like, you know, few people somewhere. Like legitimately, you guys have schools where 1/5 of the people, like 1 out of 5 people, all of a sudden likes to think of themselves as, yeah, attack helicopter or I don't know, a bear or a cat or whatnot. And like it might be a vocal minority, but it's spreading like a disease. I encounter any of those just top goons lately? No, I don't see them around them too much. To be fair, I also purposely, like, I live in Manchester. Manchester's quite a big city. We also purposely avoid the town center. Yeah, I just don't like it too much. I don't like mega crowded places, stuff like that. So there's like a nice media city district nearby where I'm living, so I go there more often if I want to go out and have a drink and stuff like that. If some of that just stop whatever crap's happening, I haven't actually heard too much about it in Manchester to begin with, but I'd be willing to bet if they do something, then they would be doing it in town center, which is, again, I used to go to town center like twice a month. Now I go like twice a year, maybe 3 times a year. Yeah, I'm just not a big fan of, because, you know, it's super crowded. There's all sorts of, you know, too many people and quite a lot of homeless. That's another thing that has definitely changed in Manchester since I have been living here. When I came to UK, there were hardly any homeless around in town center. And now they're like everywhere in town center. Like in every bigger street, there's gonna be a whole bunch. Not as bad. Not a single place is as bad as I have seen in, you know, a lot of images coming from US, but you can't deny the fact that there's significantly more. And nice to find someone with agoraphobia. I'm not gonna say it's like a phobia, it's more of a dislike. But yeah, I mean, like, I go there when I want, but it's definitely not my... When I was younger, I thought that that is the type of place that I want to find myself in. I was like, I want, you know, an apartment in like very bustling, busy kind of like place and stuff like that. But no. I grew up in a small town in Latvia. We had like 10,000 people living in our town. You know, like 2 supermarkets, couple of bigger stores, and there's, you know, very little going on. Some cafes, like 1 bar, you know, or 2 bars, something like that. And ultimately, I realized that I enjoy that type of atmosphere much more. And even where we live, it's like not too bad, because it's kind of like a, you know, quieter side street. People can feel however they want, do not force others. Yeah, I completely agree. You can feel and do with yourself what you want, but no point you can tell me that I should find what you do good. You know, at no point you can tell me, number one, that I should approve or support or encourage or pretend that what you do is virtuous if I don't think so. And at no point I will allow somebody to, you know, control me because of their feelings. I mean, it's easier said than done, obviously. Like, where power dynamics are involved, I completely understand that, you know, there are some times when you have to shut up and, you know, that's it, and there's not much else you can do, you know. But at large, yeah, I'm not about all that. Something I said, but go ahead. What? Where I live is becoming high-rise. It didn't used to be that way. They look like prison cells to me. Yeah, I used to want to see myself somewhere in a high-rise and stuff like that. Oh, and I used to actually live in like a very kind of like modern posh area for a while. It was quite expensive. And and you know, part of it was kind of nice, but it's definitely not something. Oh crap, I'm gonna get wrecked. That, you know, you'd want forever. Isn't it a hate crime in UK not to use right pronouns? I don't even know. I fucking hope not. But, you know, it could be. I saw a news story about a lady getting arrested for praying inside her head across the street from like an abortion clinic. Which, you know, is beyond fucked up. And there was also some clips of a dude getting arrested for posting a meme on Twitter. So, yeah, I better fucking watch out what I say, I guess. They don't think it's a problem then? What is a problem? That? Of course I do think. I don't think it's a problem when somebody feels the way they feel at all. I think it's a problem when somebody wants to put another person in jail because of their personal feelings. I think that's a major problem. Wait, okay, so. Why is bothersome for you? It seems quite selfish that your momentary bother at someone's existence will cause you to shun their... Again, I think we're kind of moving away from it. You can exist, and anybody, as far as I'm concerned, can exist the way they want. You know? I'm not perfect by any means, and I don't pretend to be like the most virtuous human being that has everything right and does it and knows everything the best. What I am saying is you have your right to be wrong just as I have mine. You know, ultimately, let's say you say there are 50 genders or whatever, and I'm gonna say there are 2. One of us is wrong, and I'm free to think you're wrong, and you're free to think I'm wrong, but none of us should be encouraging others to be reprimanded for it. That will just, and you know, cause people to hate each other. And I think that's much more the problem. If it would be just a conversation about acceptance of each other, I think there'd be far less issues. It's a much more conversation about compulsion these days, which I have a major problem with. And yeah, and that's also like very important thing is all of this gender confusion stuff and mega max gendering thing, it's only like a real discussion in, you know, the wealthiest places in the world for people who genuinely do not have better shit to worry about, in my opinion. It's not about morals, it's about who they are. Okay, you can be whatever you want, but you cannot tell me that I must believe in who you are. Let me put it like that. That's simple as that. Nobody's denying that you are and exist, and nobody's denying, at least I'm not denying, that you can identify, like, and all of that stuff. What I am personally speaking about is that regardless of who you are, I don't give a fuck about it. You cannot tell me what I must think. You can try and convince me in a positive, open debate and discussion, and maybe I'll change my mind. But you absolutely at no point now or ever will have the ability to force me to accept things that I don't believe. Like, okay, I think of very kind of had said these conversations and everything. I think, okay, let me put it like this. I think this is a very good example. Ghosts. Do you believe in ghosts? You know, I don't, right? And I see this whole gender thing exactly the same as ghosts. My girlfriend believes in ghosts. Let's just say for the sake of argument. And she gets scared of a ghost. My girlfriend. I want to be nice with her. I don't believe in ghosts. I might pretend with her that I do believe, but I'm not gonna start believing the ghost. If I will go along, then I'll do it just to be polite, not to get in shit house with my girlfriend. But I won't believe it. And to her, it might be real. She will believe it. She will get upset if other people, you know, don't believe that she says she saw a ghost or that she's worried about it and stuff like that. And I might go along with my girlfriend because I care for her and I want to be polite and not. If a stranger is gonna come up to me on the street and tell me that I must believe in ghosts right now, I'm gonna tell them to fuck right off. Because I just don't believe that. Now, it would be one thing if there would be some sort of museum with solid, I don't know, ghost in there that appears in front of people and I could verify that. Just like if I could go in some sort of, I don't know, museum of gender something and somebody could show me 50 genders, exactly how they look like, what sexual parts they have and all that stuff. Until that happens, I don't believe it. And again, I might go along with it if I want to be polite to the person. But if somebody is going to tell me that I have to do it, then that same person can walk right where they came from. Because I don't believe the things that I don't believe. And I'm sorry if it upsets you. I don't care about you because you're nothing to me. As in, like, you're a stranger. If a person that I care about starts talking about ghosts, I might try to be polite. I might pretend. Maybe. Depending how far they are willing to take it. But I still will not change my beliefs until there's something that happens, some piece of information, some, you know, ability to confirm it all that does make me believe it. What I want as long as in, like, yeah, I think people should believe in whatever they believe as long as we are all willing to accept that, you know, some people are going to be right about it and some people are going to be wrong about it. I personally think that I'm right and all of the 79 gender thing is complete bullshit. You might disagree with me. You know, as far as I'm concerned, it's fine. I'm sure that I'm wrong on something and you're right on something and there's going to be something else, you know, where I'm objectively wrong. Okay, but nobody should be attacking each other for being wrong. Be talking, discussing. Where's my screen, by the way? I need to restart this. Thank you. No. And yeah, I will genuinely also, I genuinely want to emphasize last point. All this gender bullshit is only a thing in the most wealthy, well-off countries. You know why? Because you don't have actual fucking shit to worry about. In countries where people worry about, you know, how they're gonna feed their families next month and whether, you know, they're gonna go to war and stuff like that, all of a sudden all this bullshit becomes irrelevant. When you have, like, real problems. And when you don't, when everything's easy, when there's, like, Uber Eats, when there's, you know, Amazon home delivery, and everything else, then all of a sudden, everybody apparently needs to hear about your fifis and stuff like that. You know, when I was growing up, I'm not gonna say that, like, I had it, like, you know, mega tough, but for example, I did have to drive into a forest to help my father chain down actual logs of wood, and then even as like an 8 or 10-year-old kid, I had an axe in my hand because I had to split apart all the logs to make sure that we are warm in the winter. And that was like a legitimate regular thing. And at no point throughout my teenage years, me or people around me ever fucking thought that it's super important to debate on all of this crap. And that is just a genuine thing of what crops up and you don't have a true fulfilling important things to do. Log splitting was throughout the year or during the winter. It was typically a couple times a year. We try to do most of it in summer. But that wasn't like the only thing either. Like what's the best way to put it? When I was growing up, we didn't have a bathroom, for instance. Didn't have a bath or a shower. We didn't have like running water in our toilet. So, we obviously still had to wash ourselves. And in order to do that, we heated the water on our stove, had like a big bowl and took turns in kitchen, every evening to get ourselves. And that's like a completely different thing than just walking in the bathroom and click. The first home that I remember, we didn't even have like an indoor toilet, let alone anything like more fancy. I remember driving, like our father used to drive us about an hour's drive away on Sundays to our grandma's place because she had a bathroom, and we would take baths on Sundays, and that was like our bathing day. And there were a lot of things like that. We had to do a lot of things, like we washed our clothes by hand. We didn't have washing machine. I think we got a washing machine in our home when I was 16, 17, like a couple of years before I actually left the home. By age of 18, I moved out of my mom's home, and I have never moved back there. And whilst all that happened, right, and we were poor and we had our problems and stuff like that, I still understand that there are billions of people on the planet who have it way harder than I had. And then there is some, I identify as two-spirit, blah, blah, blah. It's like, shut up and go do something useful. And again, from my point of view, all this is bullshit. And it is only a talking point, a conversation, because you don't have real problems. Because you have been raised with the idea that your feelings matter. And here's the thing, your feelings don't matter until you make them matter to someone. This is something that I was taught very, very early. Your opinion does not matter until you convince other people that it should. Your feelings do not matter until you achieve something, until you establish some sort of connection. And that's how it always used to be forever in the world. Now all of a sudden, when social media allows everybody to interact with everyone, then all of a sudden everybody is like this well-established king of the castle and this self-aggrandized self-importance, place and everything. There are many things that upset me, for instance, and I'm okay with it. For instance, I fucking hate Justin Bieber. Not like seriously hate, but I couldn't fucking stand his songs, In today's like world, the equivalent is when you don't like something, you're gonna be calling in radio stations and trying to make sure that nobody ever plays a Justin Bieber song again because it upsets you. And you think, if you think that's like bullshit, it's not. It's just that instead of Justin Bieber, you're gonna be referring to a YouTuber or an actor or some other social media person or some other human being that just comments on something that you disregard with, you know, all these people going after somebody is like, you know, there are so many people out there that I would hate to talk to and interact with. And therefore I don't. And I leave them the fuck alone. And you know, there are so many hateful people out. So many misandrists that hate men. And I'm not going after them. You know why? Because my life is more valuable to me than to be spent on hating on other people. Even when a lot of people attack me directly and personally, you know, on YouTube or whatever else, I don't give 2 cents of a shit about it in like 99% of the cases. And besides the moment when I have to address a point, I put it out of my head and I focus on things that make me happy and things that I care about. When Westerners get bored, they start weighing their balls. Not saying, but oh, that's absolutely true. Yes, I mean, that's a good saying. That is absolutely good saying. You look, thank you. I'm glad that you like it. That people identify as cats. That has been a thing as well. Cats and wolves and pigeons and parrots and demons and everything, you know. Anything you can imagine, somebody has identified it at some point. And those poor people are confused as fuck. And the thing is, I don't think any of those people are bad. I think they're just misled. I think they're, you know, borderline brainwashed. I genuinely believe majority of the younger generation today is brainwashed. Not to think for themselves, to believe the things that do not exist. It's almost like it's like a modern church. I find it sad. I have had people forward me lesson plans from US schools where you need to identify the level of your own privilege, and you basically need to answer questions of whether your parents, you know, went to university, then you're disprivileged. What skin color you have, then you're disprivileged. And it's basically like your privilege calculator. Stuff like that will fucking fuck up a kid for life. Imagine you're like 8 years old, your teacher, a person that's supposed to enlighten you, the person that you hold in high regard, you know, is talking about, you know, how you know, effectively easy you have, and how because of your parents and grandparents, other people's lives are fucked up and hard and stuff like that. Like, that type of thing is going to do irreparable damage to kids. When I was growing up, I was told to be proud. I was told to work hard. I was told to, you know, be proud of who you are, where you come from. And yeah, be grateful to your parents, be grateful to previous generations for, you know, allowing you to exist in the first place and letting you live where you live. And all these things. And I can't imagine how much worse as a human being, and how much more scarred and fucked up as a human being I would turn out to be if somebody told me that,
Miko's
you know,
$5 Canadian. Reality stream.
Shit. Thank you, Mikkel. What's up, Chris? How are you doing? Chris LaFleur. How are you doing? Happy belated birthday. I noticed your birthday stream yesterday, but I just couldn't pop in. So sorry about that, but definitely happy belated birthday, man. Identify as 6'5" and handsome. Hey, that's allegedly my identity. I'm 6'5", and whether I'm handsome, I suppose that's on you to decide. Attention is a powerful drug. It indeed is. It's time for War Bond. Well, best of luck, Big Girl. Never download. Yeah, I don't have TikTok. Identifies transparent. My pronouns are who, where. Might as well. I mean, like, who am I to question you? Maybe you are. Scouting man, thanks, dude. Folks took me out last night. Still funny. Well, as long as you had fun, my man. You don't need the details. But as long as you had fun. Identifies liberal, my pronouns are mine, sleepy Joe. And that's kind of like the weird thing as well. Like, in essence, I am extremely disenchanted with politics in general. And whilst, you know, I think it's fucking hilarious that the president in the United States probably wears a diaper and, you know, doesn't know what day of the week it is. Not like I'm like super hyped for Republicans or anything like that either. You know, first of all, it's not even my country, but what I'm trying to say is, in general, I think, what's the best way to describe it? I think if you have succeeded in politics, you have probably done a lot of unethical things. And, you know, I don't think any or very, very few people are like legitimately virtuous if they are able to ascend to the, you know, levels of power. And I'm not, you know, any kind of like politically associated with any left or right leaning movements. I will, however, say that as a teenager and a young man, I held a lot more idealistic and liberal and left leaning views. And as I grow older, even though many of my views have not changed from then, those same views today are considered to be further and further on the right side. And there are some views that I have changed my mind about, obviously, as well. But, you know, as a teenager, and when my country was trying to join the European Union, for instance, I thought all of that's cool. All that money is going to come in our country, and ability to travel easily without identification across the Europe. That's a very cool privilege. And everything else, and the older I get, and the more problems I find with a lot of those things. Saying I was your leftist until you own your own house. I think, who was it? Was it Reagan or somebody else that said, like, if you're young and if you're a young Republican, you have no heart, but if you're an old leftist, you have no brain, or something like that. Where, yeah, I think a lot of those left-leaning policies are just unfortunately unrealistic, naive, and utopian in a sense, and the world doesn't work that way. Barbershop stuff. I mean, I have a very, and thank you very much, JJ. Yes, I had a very good haircut day, and yeah, I do have like a hairdresser that I specifically go to for like 5-6 years now. Yeah, ultimately, again, I don't have any strong leaning affiliations with any political movement, left or right, because I do think that to a very degree, again, all of them are full of shit, or most of them are full of shit. And that, yeah, you would never ascend to like a high public office unless you have made a lot of compromises in your life, and a lot of unethical compromises. Will I marry you? I'm sorry, my man. I shall not. Haven't got your stream on the TV while working on. My wife sees if there is a donut and says how close it is. Oh, that's quite mean. Your wife? I don't like your wife. I put a motion for divorce. I have a question for you. How much for a divorce? How close are you to divorce? I didn't see Larry's Danny. He's good laugh. I say bye. Chocolate chip ice cream for the dog. When our BG rewards should be tomorrow. Should be tomorrow. What's up, onion rings? Close friend of mine actually got hair transplant. Looks pretty damn natural. Well, I bet it does, but I bet it also costs more than I'm able to afford. Not that I think my hair is like that awful yet. Not in real danger of balding. I think my hairline did recede and did get thinner, but it remained relatively the same for a period now. You're looking nice, thank you. Did you watch Vice, the movie? I don't think I have. No. Just shaved if it goes really bad. Well, but right now it still looks great. Thanks. Well, I mean, like, you know, who knows? Everybody's getting older. Something that you just need to make your peace with. Do you eat biotin? I do not eat biotin. What's biotin? Okay. More volume. Might write that down? No, remind me after stream. I'll check it out. Balding by age of 50, 25%. Balding's no joking matter? Yeah, balding is a scam. Please stop lying, you're going into your BG phase? What do you mean? Oh, Brian Grant phase? No, I hope not. Oh wait, why did I put 4.8? Why did nobody tell me that all the milestones are done here? I put up extra 808 points. You guys suck. Biotin's amazing for her. Alright. Check it out. Around 32 years old. Well, yeah, that would definitely be my attitude as well. If it looked to the point where, you know, it's just sad, then... Oh wait, why was it about Cheney? It was like about Dick Cheney's life, wasn't it? I think I have seen it. Quite sure I have seen it, yes. Yeah, I remember it. I remember watching it. Use Mama Earth hair shampoo. Everybody's an expert now. Convoy is nice. Which convoy are we talking about now? So, I mean... That is true. Onion rings, that is. Right. Any plans for everybody with their rewards on your new rank ups? That's a good subject that we... Who is prepping to rank up what now? After you get your rewards? Have I ever considered... Nah, I don't really want to do it, to be honest. I enjoyed doing the new account thing, until the golden ISO problems appeared. And at that point, it just completely destroyed my interest and excitement of ever doing those baby account things again. If you're in that Homer Simpson situation, you can't. Oh yeah, no. I would not do that. I would either get a hair transplant, a wig, or be bald. I don't know. You know what I mean? The whole... I mean, like, I probably wouldn't get a wig. I would either get a hair transplant or just go bald. Because those combo overs to try and pretend that you still have some hair left. Like, I could do that. Like, because I have quite a lot of volume here and here. It's just like on the sides there a bit. They're getting thinner. And I purposely don't do that. And I, you know, go whatever kind of hairline I do have. Because when you start pretending that you have a full head of hair when you don't, that's just... Get the rewards and quit the game, then why bother with the rewards? What do you care for the rewards? Try and get Tiger out. Tiger is a solid pick. One track Shocker. It's not something I personally advise to do right now. Nimrod, Walker, Scorpion. Which one do you use the most? Which one do you think you will need the most in next month? That's the question. Because you get Awakening Gems quite often. And you will get more of them as you carry on playing. So Nimrod, Walker, Scorp, all of them need... It depends on your sig situation as well. I think it's probably in between Nimrod and Valkyrie. But Nimrod's gonna suck for crit mid. Well, he's not gonna be great for crit mid. Best shot met. So. You're rank for a 2-man domino for BGs? Yeah, those are solid picks. I lost my hair when I was 23. Pretty rough at the start, but it's nice now. Ah, that sucks, man. Whole hair thing is just nasty. My father passed away with a pretty good head of hair, so, I have some hope for retaining mine. I don't know if I'd say Bulk is top chan overall, but Bulk is really good. Everybody seems to be wanting to rank 5 more. What makes you happy, my man? My Maw is still rank 3. Ranking Herc, that's nice. Doing some fatigue. We're fine. We're fine. Come on, let's get a few more units. Let's get you more of them units. I don't even know who is going to be my next rank up either. I am currently trying to collect 4 Mystic tier 6 class catalysts because I want to take my Sasquatch rank 2. I have enough I have like nearly 5 mutant tier 6 CCs, so I need to figure out what I'm going to do with my next mutant rank up. I also have enough science catalysts to take up 6-star. Or almost enough to take a 7-star up. So I have like 3 and a bit. Take somebody in science class. I'm legitimately thinking of taking OG Spidey to rank 2. As awakened. Thinking of ranking up some extra 4-stars? Yeah, I mean that you can, if you're Stormbreaker, I would not, I suppose now you can do it, yeah, because 6 stars don't need that much of those resources. So I suppose at this point you might as well if you grind arena quite frequently. But even I don't have like that many 4 stars ranked up because I never grind a 4-star arena for more than, 40, 50 minutes at a time. Like, yeah. Because they refresh like every 2 hours, you don't need like infinite amounts. You just pull the 7-star Hulk from random Paragon. Oof, nice, my man. Congratulations. Awesome. Yeah, 4 stars use so many resources, and the problem with 4 stars is that even 6 stars use the same catalyst at the beginning, Even 6 stars need your 4 CCs and whatnot that 4 stars take, and that's not cool. Oh, that's causing. Is it? If you are all a hat, you will actually lose your hair very fast. Fair enough. I don't know if it's true, but fair enough. Got rank 2 Chavez? Oh yeah. Chavez is an awesome ranker. Chavez is an awesome rank. I love my 7-star rank 2 Chavez. But forums and check the third. First our back and covered alliances. Okay. Where's the time? Okay. Okay, we'll check that out. Ooh, look at that, guys. I'm getting a kitchen sink. Do you guys know what kitchen sink means? It means it's time to buy a lottery ticket. Ooh, oh, I didn't even get the. Okay. I must stop wearing hats then. Maybe for the best. I should probably stop using hoodies. Okay, so let's see what Ankit's talking about here. Pop this open and see what we have here. Or cards. First or back. No brains. Putting in all hard defenders. Typical spots. Try new defenders. Oh. I mean, some people are special. Did you die in a W again? Okay, so Yal got no brains. Putting in all hard defenders in the typical spots. Try new defenders, you skip cowards. Then just place Korgan and Tumas and spots, man up and I think that means that New Nation is an alliance of cowards as well, because we actually place the defense. Can I make 8.3 reward prediction with you? Maybe I will when it's closer to 8.3 release. Pulled Big Man Zemo today. He looks sick but is getting outpaced by 4-star Valkyrie. And Valkyrie isn't even like the, speediest of speedy champions. One thing that sucks about work Wi-Fi, no Discord calls, no MCOC forums around May. Yeah, well, sucks. So I need unlimited mobile data. Yeah. Champions are no longer locked in Alliance War, which is quite cool. I'm still really pissed off about the whole mastery thing, though. Seems so stupid. Yeah, that Y'all thing, I'm not super fond of myself either. $1 million points, Summoner Trials. Huh? I put 4 million points in Summoner Trials. Every time comes on, I still only place top 10%. I mean, there are people who grind it. You know, what can I tell you? There are people who put up more. Rank like 44 stars. Don't do that. Don't do that. Okay, let's get like 300k points, and I think then we're gonna... When will you do Thronebreaker? I already did it. I do... Because here's the thing. I think monthly EQs are fucking stupid and easy. And here's the even more important thing. I will stream it if there's nothing better going on. But if the new monthly quest comes out, for instance, when Battleground season starts, or a new meta of Battleground season comes out, or something like that, you'll 100% play and stream Battlegrounds and just do the quest off stream at some point. Because let's face it, the Thronebreaker EQ is again nothing aside from the 2 new champions and the 2 new boss fights. There's just nothing going for it. Select a team of, you know, champions that have whatever class or tags that Kabam wants you to have, and go nuke him all. I don't think that was EQ, was it? I think that was like a boss rush or something like that, or something like that. Yeah, when it comes to event quests, my opinion on event quests is pretty much the same as my opinion on like story content, stuff like that. Used to be fun and challenging and hard, and now it's just shit because too many people complained that things got too hard. And now we just don't have any content that's actually challenging and fun. Story content is piece of shit cheese fest that, you know, I don't care for. And I'm not saying you shouldn't. I'm not saying you can't enjoy. I'm saying I personally don't give a shit about story content. I don't look forward to the releases aside from getting the rewards. I look forward to the rewards, not the content. I really don't care to play Act 8 anymore, for instance. I'm just gonna do it as quickly as I can to get the rewards and to be able to make the guides, because I do understand that it helps a lot of people, and you know, I'm interested, and that's good. I like helping people, but when it comes to, you know, personal enjoyment of content, I really don't give a shit about story content. I don't find it fun, challenging, engaging, or worthwhile to do. And the same thing is about monthly event quest. Now things are easy with 6-star and 7-star. 6-star and 7-star don't matter. 6-star and 7-star problem can be solved, you know, by increasing attack and health values and stuff like that. Whether you're using 5-star or 7-star, objectively it doesn't matter, because, you know, you can just modify the health and attack of your opponents. I'm talking much more about the entire design about them. Like Act 6 had some bite to it. Like, Act 6 legitimately felt like a dangerous piece of content that you did not know whether you will or will not be able to finish it, you know, or how long or expensive it's going to be. And I remember clearing Act 6.2 like 4 times. You know, I overlooked one small detail on one of the paths and I had to redo the path. Because the entire fight was effectively not doable without a ton of revives if you didn't get a proper counter for it. And it felt like content that's designed to catch you, get you, to test your knowledge about in-game interactions, to test your skill and flexibility and everything like that. And I understand it's not for everybody. I completely understand, and to a very large degree, I agree that it shouldn't be a mandatory story content like that. But at the same time, I would like to see some content like that. You know what I mean? I would love to see 6.2 type of content released a couple times a year, just as a new version of variants or somebody like that. I didn't have like a massive account back then either, or if I did, fair enough. And again, that's fine, but here's what I'm saying. I can completely agree with people who complained about Act 6 because it's a mandatory piece of content. I don't think that was the right thing to do. I think it was an amazing piece of content for people who like to push themselves and challenge themselves. I don't think Kabam should have made it mandatory to progress through the game. Right? And again, so I think instead of it being, let's say, 6.2 or 8.5 and stuff, I liked Variant 1. Variant 1 is fucking hard, but I liked it. And I did it, and I felt good about it, and I felt proud about it. There is not a single piece of content released in the last several years that I feel accomplished when I did it. When I finished 6.2, I felt like I fucking did something. Like this game pushed me, challenged me, I grinded through it, I did my best, I finished it, I earned the rewards that were meaningful, and I felt very good about it. And there hasn't been anything in the game like that for several years in terms of follow content. EOP? No, not even EOP, because I already had done every single one of those fights, and EOP for me, again, was how quickly can I rush through it. No, not even EOP. Gauntlet, I suppose, was the only other thing that, when it came out the first time, was cool. Gauntlet was probably the best piece of content since 6.2 for me in terms of enjoyment. But again, I'm not saying... No, I'm not even... Here's the thing, if you find some... I want content like 6.1. I want slog. I want those fights that will punish me. I want those fights that will be insanely hard. I don't agree with forcing everybody to be subjected to that. Yeah? I don't think it should be mandatory, like, you need to get through it if you want to become Paragon type of thing. I just wish that instead of some crappy variants, we got like proper content like that, and then the story content I wouldn't be too fussed what they do either. KT did a solo. Yeah, I did solos for like every EOP. I think the only EOP fight that I used revives was Blade. When you had to do the fight with dimensional beings, because that was just too long.
Scott Blocko 7 $4.99.
Hey,
Happy Friday Eve, y'all. You clean up pretty good, KT.
Happy Friday Eve? Is it Friday Eve though? Thursday. Why are you trying to confuse me? Why are you trying to confuse me? But thank you, Scotty. Okay, so I got 300 units here. But yeah, like I love content like Maze, like 6.2, like Variant 1. And I would love much more of it. Again, as long as it's not mandatory. Because I don't think that it's fair to force it upon everyone. Eve was the night before? Oh, fair enough. That's for me and my understanding of Eve, you know, short for evening. So Friday evening. Alright, let's claim all of this goodie stuff. If someone made content like 6.2, they would like to put up really good words behind it, and then everyone complains they don't. I mean, yeah, that's kind of like the problem. The problem is not just Kabam, the problem is also the people that think that everything that's getting released, they are entitled to those rewards. Or, you know, it's why Battlegrounds is such a controversial topic in MCOC community, where so many people hate Battlegrounds and stuff like that, because Battlegrounds and Alliance were like the only game modes where you're not guaranteed to win. Everything else in the game, you know, eventually you're gonna get those rewards as long as you keep at it, right? And that's kind of the problem. And Kabam is gonna tell you this is new super mega challenging content, and here are gonna be some insane rewards. This is intended for the best players in the world. And then there's gonna be some random Thronebreaker bitching at Kabam that why can't, you know, why they made it so hard, and I'm not, why, you know, why can't I get it? Because as soon as Kabam releases any piece of content that and it has any rewards, there is so many entitled people who think that they automatically deserve those rewards and they should be able to clear that content. What are your first two, if you don't mind me asking? Well, in reality, like now English is kind of effectively transformed as my second language, because even though I did learn Russian before English, my English is better than my Russian. But my first language is Latvian, then I learned Russian, then I learned English, then I learned German. My German is very weak these days, and then I learned some French. My French is even weaker. I would probably need, you know, vocabulary, help conversing in French for sure. Then I understand bits and bobs of some other languages as well. But Latvian is my first language. Yeah, it's a BK Finest, I do. I just put trophy champs behind them like Fall LOL. Even better champs. I mean, that would be quite cool too, yeah. Is there ever to nerf Rinter now? How detrimental do you think? I don't think it would make major impact. I think Rinter would be worse, but I still think he would be approximately the same here everywhere. PG's pretty much condensed W? Pretty much.
Or I'm gonna slap you right in your penis.
Played console games more than MCOC. Did the same? Yep, well, there you go. Subs to you, by the way. KT just told us how dumb we are. I did not tell you that. I didn't specifically point you out. But I mean, it's true. Everything else, like whenever anything happens, you know. There was this trend for a while when people still cared about monthly event quests, that every single month Kabam releases new KVQ, and every single month within first half an hour there was a thread on forums bitching about how KVQ boss is too hard, or it's a cash grab design, stuff like that. And it happened for like over a year in a row. Every month,
Scott
new
Blocko,
EQ, within one day, there's going to be somebody
Look at
bitching that
me.
KVQ boss
I'm
is
the
too
big
hard.
guy now.
But yes, you are a big guy. Thank you. And that is the mentality of a lot of younger people and a lot of younger people in this community, where you feel like you are entitled to be able to complete and finish all content that ever gets released. And, you know, it should kind of like be easy, without realizing that if it's easy for you, quite possibly you're ruining game for everybody that's better than you. Right? If Kabam makes everything easy for an average player, everybody who's above average level of skill or capability in MCOC has nothing difficult or relatively challenging in the game. And that is what has happened in regards of every piece of solo content, which is why I love Battlegrounds so much, because Battlegrounds is the only place in the game where I feel challenged, where it's not guaranteed that I will win, where I need to play better, where there are consequences for my mistakes. That's why, to me, Battlegrounds is the only exciting aspect of MCOC right now, because everybody bitching about at Kabam for every single difficult fight and piece of content that Kabam has released previously, they have ruined it to the people who are better than they are at the game. Because let's say if Kabam makes it perfectly challenged and balanced fight for an average mediocre player, everybody who's better than that mediocre player doesn't find it balanced or challenging anymore. They find it easy. And if everything is easy, then feels like shit. So again, wow, you look fresh, Mr. Handsome. What happened? I just got a bit clipped, that's all. First EQ was the Modok introduction, if I remember. First EQ was Ultron. I think it was like Ultron. Joe Fixit was one of the first ones. It more or less goes in the order of variants, by the way. If you don't know that piece of lore, that issues, for most part, follow the same level of initial monthly event quests. Yeah? So first EQ was Ultron's Assault, then it was Ant-Man and Yellow Jacket, then it was Magneto's, then it was Moon Knight, then it was Guillotine, then it was Daredevil, and so on and so forth. Then I think with these ones, they kind of messed around a bit, but the first 5 event quests in the history of the game were these ones. Just so you know, this is the order. Like, Ultron's event quest was the first ever event quest. I mean, uncollected EQ. Or Kaviki. I don't remember exactly. Which, you know, when it was uncollected and Kaviki stuff. Uncollected first EQ versus Modok, and it was hard for such champions. Probably. I don't specifically remember uncollected. Now instead people bitch about hard Battleground metas and we need more. Yeah, that's again another very perfect thing. I think the best victory track meta from my point of view was the armor of meta. But also a lot of people love it and want it to come back, and a lot of people hate it and say it was the worst one. Yes, I saw Secret Invasion. But the entire season, the entire Secret Invasion was fucking awful, I'll tell you that much. So small accounts in GC video. So what is considered a small account by today's standards? I think it's extremely subjective. If you have no rank 5s, I would say. But again, it's different for everybody. Armor burn, but it was roster niche. It wasn't nowhere near as roster niche as people pretended it was. It really wasn't. I enjoyed Secret Invasion. As like a lot of champions that people said that you must have, I wasn't even running. Maybe their best shot meta was a good meta too. But it was GC meta, it was never a victory track meta. Anyways, I will leave it just right here. I did grind as much as I planned to. It did get over 12,000, well, pushed ourselves over 12k units. I can open I can open Urina crystals. Arms race was fun, yeah. I agree. Arms race was cool meta too. Look at that. We got 40 more units. Well, at least we got the refill. Anyways, I'll leave it there. So, did you get a haircut after that evening stream? It was morning stream for me, and yes, I did. Because I do this stream right now it's about to be 6 p.m. in the evening. The first one in the morning that I do, I typically start about 8:30. So I did the morning stream, and then I did go get a hair. Evidently. Anyway, I'll catch you guys later. Bye. Hello there guys, and welcome back to the channel. So we have all the information about